Does the recent rally in the stock market mean that we are out of a bear market? I'm going to show you in this video how I'm planning to trade this and what I think is happening. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Hey guys, I'm Ross here from Shamu. Today I want to show you what I'm seeing in the market. So let's go ahead and turn on the charts. You'll notice this morning that we've had this massive spike on the S&P 500. Just this morning, we went ahead and gapped up from yesterday's closing to $377. So far today, we have seen a 2.99% rally in the stock market. And just to give you an idea, in other bear markets, for instance, in our last bear market, we only had a move that was greater than 2%, maybe 4 or 5 times in a single day in that bear market. So it's definitely a big, crazy move that's occurring because it's happened in a single day. But I want to show you something that is an indicator to me that I personally do not believe that we are out of a bear market and that this isn't some big reversal long term. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. But if you notice here on our volume indicator, we are trading at significantly less volume than normal, but yet the stock is jumping up. Now, if you understand how volume works, it's the amount of trades that are being, the volume of trades that are occurring on this particular stock at that given time. Now, I'm just pulling up some data here, but the average trade volume on the S&P on SPY is 106.39 million trades. Right now, the current volume is 44.85 million. So it's less than half the average volume, but yet we are having a greater than expected move. What does that mean? Does that mean that people are optimistically buying a lot more shares? Are institutional traders optimistically buying a bunch of more shares? Well, what it means here, I got a short interest indicator up here, and you can see that the short interest has declined massively. And that's what's pushing the stock up right now. Because if you don't have a high volume of trades, or a high volume of trades going on, but yet the stock's going up, then that means that they're being forced to buy, they're buying it back at a higher rate than what those short interest sellers likely paid for it. And so that's why we're seeing this boost. And when it comes back down, and you can't ever prophesy, make this a prophecy until it actually occurs. But when it breaks back down, if it breaks below this level, we would officially call this a dead cat bounce. There's a saying that even a dead cat will bounce if you drop it hard enough. And so it's the same idea with this. So what do you think is going to happen? I'd like to know down in the comments. My gut feeling, and I could be wrong here, is that we're going to get back to the mean of this Bollinger Band and we're going to see this thing start dropping. We've got CPI reports next week. We've got unemployment reports this Friday. We've got a lot of things that are going on. Another thing that I want to show you that I think is pretty interesting, if you put the put call ratio up, and I'm going to make this just a little bit easier for us to see. So I'm going to, all I really want is this blue line. Just so you, I don't know if you guys know how this put call ratio works, but 1 is a neutral put call ratio, means the sentiment is pretty much neutral. Anything below means that it's a very bullish put call ratio, and anything above is a very bearish put call ratio. Now, this has come back up a little bit since today, but earlier this morning, this put call ratio was about down here. It was in an extreme position. Actually, I believe that we were even closer because I was looking at it and I was like, wow, this is as low as it's gone in a long time. It's come back up a bit since. However, I want to explain how I like to utilize this. If you were to look at, let's type in up here, stock market emotion. I love the emoji chart. See if I can find this. Stock market emoji chart. Here it is. And you were to look at this, typically when people are really bullish and they're at a peak, an extremity of bullish, what comes next? It dips. And when people are in a very pessimistic mindset, what comes next? It goes up. So I like to use this as an inverted indicator. And right now, people are bullish, which is why you've seen this come up. But when you see it hitting these levels, that means very soon you'll see it start reverting the other way. And look at this over history. I'll just give you an example. Here you are in an extremely bullish state on the put call ratio, and you have this little rally that went up here. And then what quickly followed? A sell-off, a massive sell-off. And then you get into this region, you're below 1, not quite as extreme, but yet it's still considered a bullish put call ratio. And then what comes next? A sell-off. So right now we are in a bullish put call ratio setup. So what comes next? Likely a sell-off, because it gets into these extreme levels. I mean, just go back historically and you'll see how that works. So that is my gut feeling on the market, what's going on. That's why I'm not closing out my put debit spreads that I've had, my bearish positions, because I believe that this is just a little pullback for myself and that it's going to continue on. I mean, right now, the global economy is not in a great state, and the United States, even though it's a little bit better off than other countries, still isn't doing amazing because we're hiking our interest rates very high. And what's happening is you will start to see, as we between now and spring of next year, a lot more layoffs and a lot more people losing their jobs. The unemployment rate will likely start to go up. And when that unemployment rate goes up, we will then be signaled that we are in a recession. Goldman Sachs estimates that the S&P 500 could drop another 25%. If you just zoom out here and you look at this on the monthly, the S&P 500 is believing that, and actually even our own signals are telling us, do a put debit spread, sell. Our own indicators are telling this right now. So hopefully you guys can kind of see where we're at with this. Once again, even on the monthly, you look at the S&P, look how low volume is, yet it's going up. That tells you that this likely is not going to last. Now, I'm about to be putting out another video here for those of you guys who aren't quite familiar with how short selling works. So if you guys liked this video and you think this was interesting, do me a favor, like and subscribe. And when my next video comes out, you guys will be able to see how short selling works. Some of you guys might already know, but I have a private trading group, which I'll put a link down in the description below. We just did a really long 1.5-hour session this morning, and several people were confused about how short selling works. So if you're not familiar with that, you can see that in our next video.